Hi there, it's Roy Breton here from Garden Equipment Review. Hope you're doing well. Today in this video I want to explain the types of leaf blowers available. So the title on my thumbnail is Exploring Leaf Blower Types. So let's start here. We have a range of different types. So we've got backpack petrol blowers, battery leaf blowers, electric leaf blowers, leaf sweepers, wheeled blowers, petrol hand leaf blowers, push sweepers, and wheeled garden vacuums. So we'll go through them just to give you an idea of what they are. It's not about individual products particularly, but more about the types available for clearing leaves in your garden or paddock. So here, to me, these are the most universal ones, petrol leaf blowers, because there's no limitations on a cable or anything like that, electric cable or battery power. You just need some two-stroke fuel that's readily available. Now they do vary in price. Our cheapest one is £119, and I wouldn't always go for the cheapest. I appreciate that we have everyone has a budget, but in my experience I've found that buying a quality product it works out cheaper in the long run, and it should give you many years of service. For example, scroll down to the end and we're going to the other extreme now, but I've used one of these Stihl BG86 models of blower, really well balanced and really easy to use, and I've had years of use out of them, and I see many commercial people are using them today. Great little machine, but obviously that's a big difference in price between our cheapest model. Let me scroll up and to this one. But here you've got like the high-end models that do give a 3-year guarantee. They're still cheap, and I wouldn't recommend it them for commercial use. See, apparently you do get a year's warranty for commercial use, but through experience I believe that you're better to buy a more expensive model that's going to last you for a long time. But like I said, we all have a budget, so have a look. But to me, these are probably the most universal type, with the two-stroke engines and not having to worry about running out of power or a trailing lead. So then if we go into electric leaf blowers, now of course with these you have got the trailing lead. Looks like cordless ones here, it's got in here, but you do get quite good value for money with the electric ones, and of course you've got instant power and they're not expensive. So cheapest one is £45, and they go up to you've got the high-endy ones once again with good warranties for £50, and some of these incidentally do have little collector bags on, even like the Stihl one which I was looking at, we were looking at previously, have a collector bag, but you cannot collect large amounts of leaves in them. They're just meant for clearing, really, a patio, but it's not a quick process. Personally, I find it quicker to blow and to put leaves in a barrow rather than these small collectors. Got a Rogue one in there, a petrol one, but so there's a Stihl one, £144, Alco £149, so a good range. But certainly if you want instant power and you don't mind the trailing lead, the petrol ones do offer, the electric ones do offer quite good value for money. So let's move on to the backpack petrol blowers. Once again, got a mixed range, starting at 149 for a reasonably powerful 52cc blower. To be fair, for £150, it is unbelievable how they do it so cheaply and with a 3-year warranty for private use. However, these sort of machines don't have the same anti-vibration and the same power as something like a more expensive Stihl machine would have. So if we go up here, you're looking at 464, and when that loads, there's some more expensive ones. I personally use one of these, a 600, but there is also an 800. These are more bulky to carry around, but obviously they have a lot more power, and these will literally lift dirt, the bigger ones, so they are good. Bit more cumbersome, not quite so convenient as the petrol handheld ones we're looking at like these, but they do, if you're looking for a quick clear up job, these are good, but they do vary in price big time. But once again, I use the 600 one commercially. Mine's not used every day, but it's used several times a week, and it's still going strong after 7 years. So maybe one of them it's used commercially, so it still runs perfectly. So one of these cheaper ones, you're not going to get the same sort of performance, but it certainly does offer value for money. You could look at it, if you've got to get 3 years warranty for £150, you can't really complain at that. So two different sides of the story, but great for quick work and clearing leaves quickly. And then we come on to the battery leaf blowers. We have some seriously cheap ones here. What I would say with battery power, I find the manufacturers tend to exaggerate how long they last, and I'm sure that for the price that some of these batteries don't last very long at all. And so if you go more expensive, they still last longer, but I hear mixed things about battery equipment. But certainly these cheap ones, you're not going to get many minutes charging, but they are very convenient. So but just be careful before you buy. They are very popular battery stuff at the moment, but I don't think people realise how quickly the batteries run out. For example, I have a Makita, just seeing these Makita ones here, a Makita grinder and a Makita drill. The grinder probably, although it's got a 5 amp battery, probably only lasts 8 minutes if it's under load, under heavy load. So you don't get that much time. Just to give you an example, and Makita's a good make, but just take care before you buy. But it's a very convenient option to have battery power, no starting, no petrol needed, you just plug in and go, but you just got the limitation of the batteries lasting. And then this is quite a traditional old idea, leaf sweepers. There's tow behind ones, push behind ones. Very simple way to pick up leaves. It works, and pick up reasonably wet leaves. Once again, the prices vary, but they're certainly not a bad way to pick up leaves, especially if you've got a large area. But once again, the leaves in these bags are not compacted, so when there's a lot of leaves, you quickly fill up the bags despite them being large. But that's another quite a simple option that does work, and I've used them. They're effective. But once again, overall, if I had a choice of everything, I'd probably come back to these handheld blowers, this type. So let's go on to the wheeled garden vacuums. Move a few rogue ones in here. We'll look at these are the ones we're looking at really, which are wheel driven. Sherpa, Alco, Stiga, slightly different type of sweeper. But the sweepers that just sweep like the Stiga, and there's vacuums that have bags on, are like a commercial vacuum cleaner. They are great for picking up leaves and clearing your driveway and what have you, or lawn. However, if you're using these on the lawn, almost a good rotary lawnmower can collect the leaves as well, but obviously you've got a bigger capacity box. So these are obviously vary in price depending how large you go. But great machines, and also the fact that you've got on many of them you can put a pipe on, so you can use it in borders and awkward spaces behind sheds and what have you, which is a very useful feature. So, and finally we come on to the wheeled blowers that probably not that many people will want for their garden, but great if you want to move leaves quickly. You've got I think most of these are about 18 horsepower. They're around about the 2,000, starting around about the £2,000 mark, and go up to 4,000 if you want a big one. So all different types, but this is more for professional use or very large gardens. So overall, my personal preference is the Petrol hand ones for overall kind of maneuverability and simpleness. I do like the backpack petrol models, and if you can get a battery one where the battery lasts, that's great, but just be careful before you buy, because I know that some of the batteries don't last very long at all. So if you've got any questions on this, please feel free to leave a comment on the YouTube video. I do try and get back to comments and questions when I can. So thanks very much for watching.